I'm the Spirit Keeper, and I give you a reason for every season. Today, Distortions Unlimited just released their second prop of the year, which is called the Mummy Legend. Without further ado, let's go and look at it. Before I give you my thoughts and opinions on the Mummy Legend, I'm going to go ahead and roll out the video from Distortions Unlimited themselves to give you a better look at the Mummy Legend.
So this is Mummy Legend in all his glory, and he's got a lot of detail. The costuming is very elaborate, film quality, super high-end look, glossy, and like muted eyes. Well, the sculpture is so good, we kind of hated to cover it up, but you know, he's a mummy, so it's falling off. The wrap bandages are falling off as much as possible, and still give him that mummy vibe. This is the head. These are the legs that slide into the upper body. And that is his chest. You got a stand, and this metal is used to hold the head on. And lastly, we have this cool heart I'll show you. I would start with the legs, and if you lay them down the table, it's a little easier to line up the holes. You slide those in. Very easy, very simple. And line up the holes. Make sure all this stuff's all the way. Pull his britches up. This holds the head on. There's a slit, and you just find the slit and just kind of. And he's got an opening here, so you just slide it on here, and you can position the head somewhat. He's got a position he's formed in, and this piece of cloth kind of is used to hide the seam. If you want him non-gory, you can just position the hands, and the hands have wires in them, so you can, you know, do whatever you want with the fingers. And that was important on this one because he has the option of an added heart. But not only that, this, if you're not using the heart, you just take this extra piece of cloth and hide the socket, like that. But if you decide you want the beating heart, you put in this flame bowl and slide the heart onto it. And I like to get the flap of the rubber down low over the bulb. And then you just kind of gotta wrangle it around, get this lower finger to kind of hold it, and bend this up where you want it. So the cord is fed down through his shirt, from his sleeve. We'll feed that down, but this allows you to light up the heart. And you can either do the flame effect. Now this is a red flame effect, which is really cool. And then you can do it, which I like, the kind of pulsing, beating heart that just fades in and out, like that. That's pretty cool. And not a lot of people use this function, but for a beating heart, that's cool. Or you can just turn it on and leave it. So it's always a challenge to make him look 360 when he's a flatback, but trust me, the flatback keeps the price, it literally cuts it in half. If we have to pour 2 molds and seam it together, and then paint them. It's really hard, but got this really great costume that, you know, just looks like shredded wrappings. And this one worked out really, really well.
So, you just watched the video of the Distortions Unlimited Mummy Legend. From the first picture looking at him, so far I really like this guy. And as you saw in the video, he had the beaten heart, which was definitely one of my favorite parts because the heart just adds gore, and then the strobing effect makes it even better. Going on to the next picture, we can see him again. And then we have a closer up photo of him, which I really, really like the detail all over this guy's face, his chest. And like Ed said, the clothing is like shredded, which is really awesome for a mummy prop. And I think the eyes are pretty glossy, which makes him even better. And I like that the eyes are pretty bloodshot. Now here we can see him even closer up with like his head and stuff. Then going on to the next picture, you can see like a side view of him. And I also really like his hair because he doesn't have much, which is really good for a mummy prop. And his mouth looks amazing, as you can see right there. All the glossiness on it makes it look super realistic. Here I have another like side view of him, which looks amazing. And this picture has him without the heart. I do prefer the heart with this guy. I do like him without it also, don't get me wrong. But for personal preference, I like him with the heart just because you can have it strobe and stuff. It looks really nice. On to the next picture. He has the heart once again, and it's lit up. And I do like the detail the heart has, which the lighting does take away a bit because you can see like the different shades of like red and like maroon the heart has, like when it's not lit up. But when it is lit up, you can almost picture that's like beaten, which is another reason why I like it on. Here we can see another picture of him from the full body, and he doesn't have the heart. Again, really awesome. He is a flat back, like Ed mentioned, so good thing he isn't around that $1,200 price. If he was a full back, if that's what they call it, if he had like a full back, then the price would be crazy. But I think he's a decent price for what you're getting with him. $639 definitely isn't bad. On to the next photo. I don't know how much shipping is with Distortions, which it might be like a bit for like statics. I know for the actual like animatronics it's probably crazy, like $300. But onto the next picture. You can see him in like a dark lighting. He looks really well detailed in the dark lighting because he's only lit up and you can really see all the detailing he has. If you have him in like a dark hallway, it will look really great because you just like have the person walking towards him and it's super dark. They can't tell if it's real or not. That would be awesome. There he is again. I might be going back towards the. No, I'm just not going in a loop. There we have Ed and Marsha with him. And then we have another close-up of him. I'm pretty sure that's a picture from earlier. Then here is the last photo of the Mummy Legend, which there he is in all his glory. This guy is definitely my favorite of the year so far from Distortions. They only released two, and Trans World is sometime in February. I think it might be like 26th or something, but sometime in February, and then we'll see all the professional companies, all their animatronics. But Distortions so far have two released, the Mummy Legend and the Banshee Legend, and out of those two, the Mummy Legend I definitely like a lot better. Banshee, I liked her, but she was okay for me. She wasn't one of my favorites. She wasn't one of my least favorites. The Mummy Legend, he's definitely higher than Banshee. I just don't know if he's one of my favorites. He's up there though. I definitely really like this guy. But anyway, there was the Mummy Legend. You just saw him. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this Mummy Legend. And yeah, anyway, make sure you remember that I'm the Spirit Keeper and I give you a reason for every season. Bye.